Hey guys, this is Shreyas and welcome back to another video. So I've been using the OnePlus Band for the last couple of weeks and I have a lot of thoughts around it. But before that, I want to ask you guys, tell me down in the comment section below, do you really find that a smart band is useful? What do you use it for? And do you see the value proposition of it in day-to-day life? So anyway, if you want to buy this OnePlus Band, the link will be mentioned in the description. You can go and purchase it from my affiliate links down there. So yeah, with that, this is Shreyas and let's check that out. So I want to start off with the build quality and design. I have no major problems or complaints with the build quality. It's good enough for the price you pay. And yeah, the silicone strap is good, comfortable. I did not have any irritation. I wore it to sleep as well for sleep tracking, etc. I did not have any problems. The capsule itself is also well made. I'm not sure if the top surface is of glass or plastic. I feel it is plastic, but I have not gotten any scratches as of now. So in the couple of weeks, it's holding up okay. Now coming to the design, you have a loop kind of a design for the strap. The capsule itself is a bit thick, but that's kind of understandable because a lot of hardware is packed into it, especially the SPO2 meter. Now the part of the design that I do not like is the charging mechanism, because you have to take out that capsule, put it in this particular dock matching the contact pads on the dock, and then put it to charge. Now I'll come to battery life and charging time later part of this video, but yeah, I do not have a problem with taking out the capsule and putting it, although it's a longer process than probably something just magnetically attaching to this. Taking the capsule out of the dock is kind of a task, and be careful because it might go flying somewhere because it's very tightly clipped in. So yeah, that's a word of caution from my end. And in the front you have a 1.1 inch AMOLED display. Now let's talk about the display. The display quality is actually really good. The pixel density is good enough for me not to see any pixels, to be honest. The brightness is really great. Outdoor visibility was not an issue for me. I have been in really sunny conditions currently and it has not caused me any problems. In the display, there is no auto brightness setting, so you have to manually toggle it. And the 100% display is too bright for dark rooms or when you're asleep. So that's something you have to manually keep changing. And there is no function via the app as well, which you could have changed, which I would have preferred myself because navigating through the UI of the watch is not the easiest thing for me. And the display wakes up because you have raise to wake feature and stuff, and it mostly works out fine. I did not have any instance where it did not wake on me, but I felt it was a bit too sensitive because sometimes I didn't really do this particular motion, but still it woke up. Also, if you're enjoying this video, why don't you drop a like, hit subscribe, and then click on that notification bell so that you know when I come back to you with awesome reviews. Alright, now let's talk about the interface. The interface is pretty much simple, but it takes a little bit of muscle memory to get used to it. I took some time, but now I'm kind of fluent with it. You just have swipes on up, down, left, right directions. Swiping to the right usually takes you back. Up and down is for scrolling. Now the UI is fairly responsive. I did not have any problem. I don't have much of an expectation from a 2500 rupee smart band as well, but I did not have any jitters, freezing or anything like that. It's okay. Obviously not a 120 Hz display or anything, which would be weird, but yeah, nothing that froze on me or got stuck or I felt that I had to wait a long time for something to play. Now also on the display you have multiple choices of watch faces which you access via the OnePlus Health app, which I will also come to in detail in the later part of the video. You have a good variety of watch faces, but I am aware that Mi Band 5 has a way larger gallery of watch faces. So if that is your preference and you want to show a lot of watch faces on your smart band, then yeah, probably this will be limiting because it has a few. You have a few neat tricks, like you can set a photo as a watch face, etc., but I don't know. But I would like to say that the watch faces that are there are actually of good quality. I did not expect so much work to be put in for watch faces of a 2500 rupee smart band. But yeah, I really like the watch faces overall in terms of looks or the effort put in to make it look clean, and you have various styles of it. So that's a good thing. Inside the tools section, you actually have options like stopwatch, timer and alarms. You also have music control, which you can remotely play, pause your music if that is your jam. and you also have a remote shutter trigger for your camera. I believe these are OnePlus specific features. I'm not sure because I did not try it with any phone. I used it with my OnePlus 8 Pro, so that's where I'm coming from. Okay, now let's come to the health features and the tracking functionalities. Now this particular watch comes with an array of sensors. It has a SPO2 monitoring sensor, which is the USP of this watch in my opinion, because no other smart band really has this as of now, as per my knowledge. Next, it has a heart rate sensor as well, and it can do sleep tracking. Now there are various modes of doing these trackings. You can select the intervals and sometimes. Now I set my heart rate monitoring interval to 6 minutes, then my SPO2 monitoring to somewhere in the intervals where I'm still or during sleep tracking when I'm sleeping. And I kept my sleep tracking on as well. I had notifications coming in all the time with all of the selected apps I had. Brightness was mostly set to 80 or 100%. With that, I got a total battery life of around 8 days. Now in terms of charging time, in 30 minutes this watch charged up to 40%, and it completed the charging in 1 hour 15 minutes almost, but the last 5% takes a huge amount of time. So if you really want to do it, get it done fast, like having a shower or getting ready or something, it will probably run you for another 3-4 days. Now coming to the accuracy of the tracking of whatever I mentioned, I kind of compared it with my Gear S3, which I found really reliable back in the day when I was using it daily. I could not do all the workouts because this has a plethora of workout modes. I cannot vouch for them, but the simplest test I could do is an outdoor walk, and that's what I did, wearing these two and starting the workout at the same time. Now you can see in these clips the time of the walk is exactly the same, and the smart band will use the GPS from your phone to track and accurately map down your walking path. There is a difference between the step counter. I found the step counter of the Gear S3 extremely reliable. Like even if you don't have hand motions, it really counts your steps, and that's something really great. Initially there was not a huge difference. There was probably a difference of 10 to 15 steps, which I think is kind of within the margin of error, but at the end of the workout, when I ended with around 2000 steps or so, there was a larger difference. So this is something you have to keep in mind. It's not horrible. I expected worse from this, to be honest. It's just a reference device again. It's not something you should really solely rely on for doing all this. Next, let's come to the heart rate tracking. Now the heart rate tracking was really good according to me. Yeah, people did complain a bit about the heart rate tracking and it not working for a certain demographic of people, but it got solved apparently with a software update on the watch. Now I did not face any problems personally. I used it again. I compared it with my Gear S3. The deviation was very low, and I think it is within the margin of error, and considering both of these are again reference devices and not something that will sure give you the exact value you're looking for. Now SPO2 monitoring is something I could not cross check at all, but it does a good job of tracking it throughout the night. I never went down below 90%, but I think that is something to do with tightly wearing it, because obviously I would loosen it up while wearing it for the night. Okay, now coming to sleep tracking. Now the media coverage which happened with the embargoes lifting for people who got the review unit, they complained about sleep tracking. Now in my experience, I again compared it with the Gear S3, which was really accurate back in the day, and when I used it, it is not bad. I mean, it's not 100% accurate according to this, but mostly there is a difference of probably 10-15 minutes from when you are awake but you're not getting up. That is the time where it tends to not measure it correctly. Otherwise, I feel it's very accurate and it's kind of reliable. So yeah, for I think the money you're getting a lot, and I am fairly happy with it. But again, I did not use the Mi Band 5 or the Mi Band 4 before, so I don't have a particular point of reference. But yeah, that's been it about the OnePlus Band. Thank you for watching this video. I'll catch you in the next one.